bit here. It'll be the North Forsyth High School Raiders. That's the ones there in purple at the top. And that'll be against South Forsyth High School War Eagles. They're wearing white at the bottom. So we'll be back in a few minutes. I expect the game will be starting probably 7:20 at the latest. We've already been warming up for a few minutes, so I'd be surprised if it's another 5 minutes. But we'll see, and I'll be back then. Thanks. All righty, folks. 7:18. I was off just slightly. I said before 7:20. I'm going to call it a win. So, on the top of your screen, North Forsyth High School. Playing here is the away team against your home South Forsyth War Eagles. South wearing white today. This is their last home game of the season. All future games will be away games. So super excited to get this game going. If you were here earlier today and you watched along, you know South has won their first 2 matches of the day, both in 2 sets. Let's see what they pull off here. All right. Looks like we're starting with the new lineup. Been a little more successful coming out for these first ones. And in your front row, you have number 20, Haley. Number 5, Piper. Number 29, Kiki. In your back row, you're going to have number 1, Maddie. Number 3, Leah. And number 11, Sahiti. Leah, again, our libero. And we're going to be underway here in just a moment. Kiki getting the team started. North to serve first as soon as the ref clears. This set, folks, is underway. Leah to Kiki to Piper, who sends it over. North sends it, gets tipped by Piper. That tip moves it away from Haley trying to get there. And that first point goes to the Raiders. I got to say, the libero in the long sleeves on the north side, at first I thought was a coach. That is long. War Eagles take the first point. Kiki will serve now. 1-1. There's Kiki's serve. It's a good one. 15 handles it. 17 knocks it back to 15, who spikes it to Kiki. Kiki dives, gets there. Sahiti to Maddie. Maddie towards the back. Goes long. Raiders take the point. 2-1. All right. Kiki and Bryn substituting there. I saw more movement than that. I was confused for a moment. There's your serve. Goes. Maddie lets it go, but it's in. Boo! He tells the sideline judge, even though that was like 3 feet in. Here's your next one. Lee is there, handles that perfectly. That's Sahiti. Sahiti over to Maddie. Maddie with a really good spike, but it's a good save by North. Leah moves it forward. Maddie's going to get to go again. Maddie with another good spike. Handled by 4, returned to 4. 4 sends it. It goes way wide. Just barely missing Coach Rachel. 2-3. Piper will now get the serve as Cam comes in. There's Piper's serve, deep in towards the back. Cam gets up, sends it right back over, and that falls out of bounds as it is returned, but goes wide. 3-3. Right now, Cam, Maddie, Haley up front. Serve it up's the call, it drops. Number 4 is there. That's to 17, back to 4. 4 with a hard spike. But Piper was there. Piper sends it over. Piper gets a back row kill on that free ball. Piper putting the team on her back. She's going to do it herself right now. Her whole team cheering for her. There's the serve. Number 4 pops it. That's Sahiti. Sahiti to Cam. Cam spikes it. Their libero gets down to a knee. Hits it back over. Then number 1 hits it over. Maddie goes running, tries to get there. But Haley tries to get there before it hits the ref. Not quite able to. Piper and Leah swapping out. Good effort by all involved. 4-all. Raiders now serving. Right into the net. How high is that net, folks? Too high. All righty. Up front, 11 Sahiti, 4 Cam. Number 1 Maddie. Serving is Haley. Leah and Bryn wrapping up the middle of the court. Ref talking to someone. I'm guessing their team captain. All right. 5-4. Haley service goes wide, unfortunately. 5-5. All right, it's time for your double mint gum double substitution. Sahidi for Ryan, number 9. Haley for Sima, number 6. Ryan's joining the front row, number 9. Next to her is Cam. Here comes the serve from North. There's your serve, it goes wide. It takes out Piper on the sidelines. 6 points for the War Eagles. Mad Dog Maddie getting ready to serve. Serve it up's the call. There's your serve, well hit, flat right over the net. Gets returned by the libero, it's a spike. Sima's there though. Leah calls for it, gets there in time. Cam jumps, spike towards the back. Once again, number 6 is there. 4 with a hard spike. Leah down to a knee, saves it. Sima moves it forward. Kiki tries to push it over. It was a block, so we are still going. Leah's right there. Oh, two-hand touch. 2 touch is the call. You can't do that, the south sideline cheering. You can't do that. Maddie will get to go again. 7-5. Maddie, another good serve. Down to a knee, number 15 got there. Number 6 sends it over. That's right at Kiki. Kiki to Sima, Sima to Leah. Leah sends it over. Woo! Goes a little wide. 6 points for the Raiders. Maddie and Kylie will now swap. Number 14, Kylie, joining in the back row there, far right-hand side. There's the serve from the Raiders. Leah down to a knee, gets there, goes over the net. It's going to be set. Cam from her back foot sends it over. Outside hitter's going to take it. Outside hitter spikes it right at Leah, though. That's Sima. Sima to Cam again. Cam goes towards the back. Handle, outside hitter again. This time Kylie's there. That's Sima. Sima goes to Kiki. Kiki spikes it to the back row. Number 4 to 10. Middle hitter this time. Kylie dives and gets the dig. Cam sends it over, but the libero, number 6, is right there. Outside hitter. Oh, good quick thinking by Ryan to send it back over, even though she was off balance. Oh, a good hit, though. And the Raiders tie the game despite a valiant effort from Kylie to get there. 7-all. There's your serve, Kiki. Oh, it's a Raiders ace as that ball goes wide. 7-8. All right, that's Kylie. Pops it well. Sima to Ryan. Ryan sends it towards the back row. Gets pushed over. That's Kylie again. Sima to Cam this time. Cam with a good spike. But that libero is a little bit of everywhere. 15 with a hard spike. Goes way long and also gets stuck in the bleachers. 8-8. All right, Cam and Piper swapping as Leah prepares to serve. Piper now in the front row. Leah with a good serve and an ace! A-C-E, ace! 9 points for the War Eagles. All right, Leah cleared the serve. This time goes to cross court. They're going to the back row, sends it over right back at Leah. Leah to Sima, Sima to Kiki. Kiki goes up. Kiki gets a kill! Leah to go again. War Eagles up by 2. Another good serve. This gets set going to the back row. They send it over. That's 3. Kylie's there. A little bit of trouble. Ryan does a good job moving it forward, but the ref says they were out of bounds. Do not agree. They were not on the other court. I don't know what the boundary actually is, but Kiki. Piper calls for it. Kylie sends it over. Good focus on making sure it wasn't a two-touch. Corner spike, Kiki tips it. Nobody able to get there, and it's again a 10-10. War Eagles will get a chance to get the ball back right here. Kylie. Simon moves it forward. Kiki goes to a bump and sends it over the net. Outside hitter's going to take that. Piper tries to block it. Not quite able to push it over the net, though. And the Raiders take a 1-point lead. Cleared the serve. That's going to go way long. And it's a tie game again. That means it's time for your Doubleman Gum substitution. Number 9, Ryan for Sahiti. Number 6, Sima for Kylie. Double your trouble, for Haley. I'll get it right. Double your trouble, double your gum. There's your serve. It's a good one. Dug out by the libero, though. Fight at the net. Piper, double hit. (11-12). Coach Rachel giving a little bit of pointers to Haley on Piper. South calling to get the ball back. 11-12 is the score. There's your serve. Kiki did touch it, and it went long. That's an ace for the Raiders. There's the serve. Leah's right there. She pops it up nice and high. Sahiti's there. Kiki tries to handle it. Not able to. 14-11. There's your serve. Kylie's right there. Goes over the net. Gets spiked straight down by number 1 on North. 15-11. And called for a penalty that you can't do that. She crossed the net to make contact with the ball. So that'll give Kiki now a chance to serve, which she does. And she gets an ace! Kiki gets an ace. 13-14. There's the serve. It's a floater. Goes short. But quick thinking, and they're able to get it over the net. Leah pops it up high to Maddie. Maddie with a spike. Number 6 is right there, though. Here comes the outside hitter. Hit, and goes long! 14 all. There's the serve. Number 6 is there again. Here goes 2. 6 is going to send it over. No, 6 is going to send it into the net. War Eagles take a 1-point lead. Kiki again with the chance to serve it. Good serve's going to go deep. Number 6 can't handle it. It's an ace. A-C-E, ace. And that draws the first time out as the Raiders call for time. All right. That's a momentum shift timeout being called by the Raiders, meaning they want to stop the momentum that has turned firmly in the terms of South over the last few points. Giving a lot of coaching to her team over there about making sure they get in front of the ball. Meanwhile, South trying to keep the energy, having fun, keeping the smiles, that being their focus coming out of the huddle. And South back on the court first as the timeout comes to a close. There's Kiki's serve. It's going to be handled, returned quickly. Kiki's right there, though. Maddie tries to hit it, does not. And the Raiders get the ball back, breaking the momentum that's been going. Kiki and Bryn will now substitute. 16-15. War Eagles up by 1. There's your serve, and how high is that net, folks? Too high. There's Piper's serve, sends it over. Number 4 is there. Haley goes up to hit it, hits it twice, unfortunately, and it still falls back on our side. 16 points for the Raiders, 17 for the War Eagles. Coach Rachel giving a little tip on how to handle that next time. Ref keeping us moving, 17-16. There's your serve. Leah's right there for that one. Sima sets it, going to Haley on the outside. Haley sent it over. We have a net touch by the Raiders. 18 for the War Eagles, because you can't do that. All right. This will have Haley serving. Up front right now, you have Sahiti, 11, Cam, 4, Maddie, 1. Mid-court, you have Leah, Bryn in the left-hand side. And there's your serve by Haley. 15 handles it, moves it forward. It gets moved back. 15's going to have to send it over, which she does. Bryn, Sahiti, Cam, all kind of unsure who should take that. Results in it going wide and to the right off the court. Doubleman substitution. Sahiti for Ryan. Haley for Sima. All right, here we go. That's going to go way long. Bounces off the bleachers on the fly. And that will give Maddie a chance to serve. Meanwhile, Bryn and Kiki will swap out. That'll have your front row right now is Kiki, Ryan, and Cam. Leah and Sima mid-court. Maddie serving. There's Maddie's serve. Oh, unfortunately, right into the net. Every time her mom films her, she has problems. I don't know what's going on there. Back and forth game. Tries to get down, can't quite get under it. That's on Kiki. Tried to get under it, couldn't quite get there. 19 all. Number 4 for the Raiders to serve again. That goes wide. 20 points for the War Eagles. Leah will serve as Piper comes into the game for Cam. Back and forth this game going right now. There goes Leah into the net. Just barely misses taking out Ryan. 20 to all. All right. Number 6 getting ready to serve. Down to an E. Kylie goes. Ryan moves it back over. And it is good. Here comes the return. It gets spiked. That's Simon with one hit. Piper tries to get there. Kiki does a great job keeping that and moving it over the net. Great play. There's the spike. That's Kylie. Kylie to Leah. Leah to Kiki. Kiki with a spike. All right. Number 3 sends it over. Leah digs down, gets there. Kiki again. 6 sends it over. No, 1 sends it over. All right, Leah moves in the position to get there. It's going to be Piper's spike. And the game is paused as the ball comes over from the other side. Valiant effort by everyone on that one. Ref checking the ball to make sure it's the correct one. 20 all, and we're going to do that again. This time it's Kiki. That's Sima. Sima to Piper. Piper with a backcourt spike. And gets herself a kill as they don't properly handle that. And we have a player down on the Raiders side. Several racing off to get a medic. I don't know if it's actually a medic or a parent because there is no sense of urgency with whoever this is in coming to care for her. I hope she's okay. She's trying to shake it off, whatever happened there. Had her sit down, the crowd cheering for her, clapping, despite a good effort to get there. Coach Rachel giving the girls some tips during that break. It looks like we're going to get back at it. It should be a Doubleman substitution right now. All right, everybody catches up on where we're at. It's substitution time. Sahiti coming in to serve. Saima and Haley swapping out. Serve it up is the call. War Eagles to serve as we come back from an injury timeout. There's the serve. And it's an ace! Sahiti gets an ace, 22-20. Keep it up is the sideline cheers. There's your, ooh, unfortunately, right into the net. That'll be a Raiders ball, 21-22. All right, let's see how this one goes. Can we get the ball back right here? There's your serve. Leah down to a knee, gets there. Sahiti takes it to Kiki behind her. Kiki gets it. Good save by the Raiders. Kylie pops it to Sahiti. Sahiti to Haley on the inside. And not handled as that ball ends up coming under the net to a kind of frustrated but also smiling number 17 there. Maddie and Kylie swapping out. Kiki getting ready to serve. There's Kiki's serve, back corner, goes long. It's back and forth continues. Sahiti and Bryn swapping. 23-22, War Eagles up by 1. Let's try to get that ball back right here. There's your service, gonna go wide. It goes wide. All right. Piper's gonna serve as Cam swaps for Leah. This is a set point. There's the serve on set point. Raiders handle it. They're gonna return it with over the back. Down to a knee and dive is Bryn as she does a great dig to save that. Here comes the return. That's Piper. Piper pops it up to Sahiti. Sahiti to Maddie. Maddie with a spike. Did she catch it? She did! She caught the back line, gets a kill, and the War Eagles win the first set. Outstanding. Mad Dog Maddie is the call on the field, on the court. 25-22 the final there. Phenomenal conclusion there, coming all the way back to get themselves the win. That is 5 sets in a row that the War Eagles have won today. 5 straight sets. Can they make it 6? A little bit of superstition going on right now. The War Eagles assistant coach is refusing to join the huddles. Apparently, when she joins the huddles, they go to 3 sets every time. Today, she did not join the first match huddle, and they won in 2. She tested it during the second match, and the same thing happened. They won in 2, and so she continues not attending the huddle as we go in to the last set, hopefully, of this match. See if the superstition pays off. All right, Raiders trying to come out with a little more energy. Meanwhile, looks like we will have the new starting lineup, which has Haley, Piper, and then Kiki up front. And then Maddie, Cam, and Sahiti in the back row. Cam will then swap for Leah once the ref confirms the starting roster. Good number of South fans out at the game today. Pretty good turnout, been here all day long. Some of them, about probably a quarter, wearing white as the girls asked for in terms of their last home game. There's your substitution. Leah now in the game. Ref validating the Raiders starting roster, where there will be a similar substitution. If you're just joining us, a small friendly reminder. The gray line you see at the bottom of your screen is not actually the back of the court. There is a black line, probably, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 feet further behind, closer to the camera that you can't see. But to make sure I keep a good view on it, I wanted to make sure that was there. So, we will start with the ball. Sahiti to serve. Raiders ready to receive. Ref cleared us to go. And the second set now underway. Number 6 handled it. 3 pops it back to nobody as a lack of communication results in a first point for the War Eagles. 1-0. There's your second one. Dig, but I'm going to call it, folks. That's an ace. As no one really handled that one, I'll give Sahiti credit for the ace. There's your third one. Number 6 pops it to 3. 3-19, who drops it right in front of a diving Sahiti. Sahiti was starting to step back, and then the ball fell right in front of her, and so she tried to basically stop momentum in one direction and recover, not quite able to. There's your serve right, it's Kiki. Kiki to Sahiti, Sahiti to Piper. Piper with the spike, Piper with a kill! Piper gets herself a kill on that one. Kiki now gets to serve. There's the serve. It's a good one from Kiki. 15 down to an 8. 3 goes to the inside hitter. They send it over. Haley calls for it. Sahiti sets it back to Piper. Piper again. Piper with another kill! Piper gets herself another kill. Meanwhile, on the court next to us, the game is 28-27. They're fighting back and forth. All right, here we go. One pop return. Piper gets her fingers on it. Not quite enough to push it through, though. Kiki and Ashley now substituting. Looks like number 1 serves. Ashley's right there for that one. Sahiti calls for it, moves it forward. Piper hits it. Goes up for the block. There's a fight at the net. We have both a net call and a block. Piper's going to serve. Cam moves in. 5-2. There's Piper's serve. Number 4 is right there. 3 hits it back. Nobody handles it. 6 points for the War Eagles. Keep it up. Piper is the call. Good serve from Piper. That's an ace. 7-2. And timeout called by the Raiders. Lots of back and forth on this one. This has been a back and forth match. This again, very similar to the last one. Raiders trying to break the momentum. South trying to make sure they keep it. Seven to 2. South out way early on that timeout, comparatively speaking. Piper gets to serve. Again, they'll be hoping for an ice out moment where she gets off her rhythm. Let's see if it worked. There's the serve. Handled, sent over. Three's going to go to the outside hitter, number 4. Number 4 hits it, but Piper's right there. Haley got it. That's to Cam. Cam goes back. Good recovery by South. Returned. That's Ashley. Sahiti to Maddie. Maddie, unfortunately, into the top of the net. That's a Raider ball. Maddie's just a tad off in her timing. I'm not sure if it's the ball, or if it's her jump, but she's a tad off and she's hitting it as she comes down instead of at the height of her jump, and that seems to be those misses. Leah's right there for that one. Sahiti moves it to Haley. Haley sends it over. That's 6-3, 3-4 in the inside. Ooh! Good spike by number 4, was that? Yeah, that was a hard hit spike, number 4. Leah gave a good effort, not quite able to get there for it. There's your serve. Maddie's there for that one. Sahiti moves it forward to Maddie. Maddie sends it over. 3 gives it to 4 again. Here comes another one from 4, but Ashley's there. Leah calls for it, gives it to Maddie. Maddie sends it over. 17-3, 3-4. 4 sends it over. Diving dig is Maddie. And there's a net call on Haley. There's your next serve. Maddie. Leah rushes and gets there. Sahiti tries to save it, not quite able to, as it goes wide. And now 7-6. 6-7. 6-7. Maddie, good spike. Saved by their libero, though. That one's going to be hard. That one does not make it over, as that is too many hits. And your 6-7 is now 6-8. Haley gets the serve. There's Haley's serve. That became a problem for him, and they're not able to. Good effort by 3 to try to get there, though. Doesn't work. 9-6. That's going to go deep. It's a good shot, though. 17 moves it forward, and they tip it over. 2 touch is the call, though. 10-6. You can't do that. Number 3 on their side, not believing she did touch it twice. There's the serve again. 15. 3 moves it back. 17 sends it over. That's Leah. Sahiti to Cam. Cam with a good hit, but it is handled. Libero. Leah dives and digs. Maddie, good spike off 2 or 3 people. And that is too many touches is the call. You can't do that. Looks like the official call on that was not too many touches, but actually net. Net was the official call there. 11-6. That one's handled. 15. 3 tips it over, but Leah's right there. That's to Sahiti. Sahiti to Maddie. Maddie sends it. Maddie gets the kill! Maddie with a kill. 12-6. South looking good right now. Number 4 on their side looks like she's in pain. Ref was checking. There's your serve. 17. Free moves it back to center. 4 sends it over. That's number 3 for Leah. Leah to Sahiti. Sahiti to Maddie. Maddie with a good spike. 4's there, though, calling for it. She wants the set. She goes for the spike. Bounces it off the net and drops it in front of all of the South defenders. All right, double that substitution, double that gum. Sahiti for Ryan. Haley for Sima. There's your serve. Ashley tried to handle it, goes wide. That's a Raiders ace. Coach Rachel giving guidance on what to do. 12-8. Good serve, but Maddie's right there for that one. I don't know what side that fell on. Apparently it fell on our side. 12-9. I'm not sure the ref was as sure as that is. He kind of looked at it too. 12-9. Ooh. Hard hit right between Leah and Maddie. Kind of frozen in place there. 4 tips the top of the net, rolls it over, and gets another ace. 12-11. Number 4's got hard hit for the Raiders. She's a hard hitter, has pretty good control. Maddie's right there for that one. That goes over the net. They're going to need to return that. We go to the outside. Libero takes it. Leah's there. Leah to Sima. Sima to Cassidy. Cassidy sends it, unfortunately, a little long. I believe earlier I said Ryan was in. That's the normal substitution, but Cassidy came in there. And we have a timeout for the War Eagles. Game's now tied up, 12-12. This timeout is about resetting and trying to break the momentum. This is really about trying to get the Raiders off of their, kind of the energy, the turn that they've made, and see if something can be done to ice number 4 out and prevent her from continuing to carry her team on these serves. South comes out of the timeout. Sideline of girls cheering on the bench, even though there's no bench. Cleared to serve. Leah and Maddie right between them again. Maddie really mad at herself on that one. 12-13. Maddie handles that one, goes over the net. Falls in, Maddie with a back row kill. Worked out well. Ashley and Kiki will now substitute. Mom's going to come jinx Maddie again. Maddie's serve. It's a good one. Back row's going to have to move that over, and they do. Cassidy calls for it. Good conversation. Sima and Cam nearly collided there. And number 15 hits that ball straight into the net. 14 for the War Eagles. You can feel the tension in the air right now, just back and forth. Maddie cleared to serve. There's Maddie's serve, rolls over the net. 15 takes that. Leah's right there as it comes over. That's to Simon, that's to Kiki. Kiki goes across. Gets tipped over, but Leah's right behind. Simon's right there, sends, I think, it might have been Cam. One of the two made contact, not sure which. That's Leah. Leah to Simon. Simon sets it to Kiki. Kiki spikes it towards the back. We got a volley going right now. That's Simon. Simon to Leah. Leah moves it to Cam, who sends it over the net. 15's going to take that. It gets tipped. Cam's there. Leah's there. Can they do it? Maddie tries. Oh, not quite able to. But a really good effort by all of them. Maddie and Kylie now swapping. 14 all. There's the serve. Leah lets it go, and it's out. All right, Leah's going to serve. Piper comes in for Cam. 15-14. South still on top. There's your serve, and it's a good one. All right, outside here is going to take it. Outside here goes Tipper, but Piper's there for the block, just barely avoiding the net. The girls calling fishy, fishy, fishy. Net, net, net. Fishy, fishy, fishy. Net, net, net. There's Leah again. Oh, Leah gets an ace. A-C-E, ace. The crowd cheering for her. There's like 4 teenage boys, top of their lungs right now. Good serve again. That's another ace. Leah again. Putting some distance between South and North. Another good serve. Goes long, though. Raiders get the point. 15. All right, folks. Your front row right now is Piper, Sima, and Cassidy. That goes way wide. There is no court there. There is no court out there is the call. And again, it's time for your Doubleman substitution. I really got to find another one. Sima and Haley swap. Sahidi and Cassidy swap. Sahidi's going to serve. There's your serve. Good dig there. Outside hitter is going to take that. Or try to. Timing a tad off. 20 for South. 15 for North. There's your serve. 6 handles that. That's the 3. Outside hitter is going to take that. Sends it sky high. Kylie's right there, though. Sahiti sets it over the net. North's going to handle that and return it. Kylie's right there again, though. Sahiti to Piper this time. Piper with a hard spike. Goes long. 20-16. Two, 0, 1, 6. Kylie makes the choice to let it go. Unfortunately, it's in, catching the left side of the court. 17. There's your serve. Leah's right there. That ball almost bounced up off of her face as she tried to handle it. Either way, that would have been a point, but she tried to get there. (2018) Kylie. Haley calls for it. Sahiti calls for it. Great communication by the girls on that one. And that is not going to make it. 21 points. Kiki gets the serve. Maddie and Kylie swapping out. 2-1 versus 1-8. There's your serve. Here comes the return, number 4. Good hard spike. Finds that spot between Kiki and Leah. 21-19. Kiki and Ashley now substituting. Ashley, number 8, coming in on the right side, bottom of your screen. South staying loud. Now the crowd joining. Maddie's there. Ashley calls for it, pops it up. Leah calls for it, sends it over. Outside hitter number 4 with a hard spike, but Leah, after the tip, gets there. Maddie pushes it. Maddie gets herself a kill, finding the hole between the defense. Piper's going to serve. Cam moves to the front. There's Piper's serve. Number 6 is there. That's the 3. 3 to number 4. Sends it over. Ashley dives, gets there, sends it straight over. Gets returned early. That's Cam. Sahiti tries to set it. It's going to be over the back for Haley, and she does it. Number 4 with a hard spike. It goes long. 23 to 19. Piper's going to go again. There's the serve. Number 6 to 3. 3 going to that outside hitter 4. Sends it over. Ashley. Sahiti behind her to Haley, who sends it straight over. Number 3 to 4 again. 4 sends it straight into the net. Because how high is that net, folks? Too high. Set and match point here. Piper to serve. Everybody's got their pinky in the air. There's Piper's serve. 3 gives it to 4. 4 hits it. Ashley's right there. That's to Sahiti. Sahiti to Maddie. Maddie with a spike. Over the net. Here comes the middle hitter. Middle hitter sends it. Diving for Sahiti. Maddie tries to get there. Can't. And the Raiders will get a chance. 24 to 20. Leah comes back in. Piper steps off. This could be it. There's your serve. Leah's right there for that one. Good teamwork all the way around there. Good teamwork again. Leah. Oh, off the net, not quite able to. 24-21. North gets to serve again. Still set, match point. There's your serve, and it goes long wide. 25 points for the War Eagles. 6 sets in a row, and they win both the set and the match. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. We hope you enjoyed the game, and we will see you next time.